Hi, my name is Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Jeep Renegade. Then I'll take you for riding it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 2-litre MultiJet. It's the opening edition, 2015 on a 65 plate, Euro 6. Has done 61,048 miles at the moment, 2 registered keepers, MOT until the 27th of the 7th, 2024. Fuel economy, urban, 47.1 miles per gallon, extra-urban 61.4 miles per gallon, and combined is 55.4 miles per gallon. Has a 0 to 60 time of 9.8 seconds, a top speed of 113 miles per hour out of a 4-cylinder, 138 brake horsepower, 16-valve engine. It has keyless entry, keyless go, black window surrounds, rear privacy glass, aluminium roof bars, contrast black roof, plastic wheel arch protectors which extend right along the door bottoms, protect it from stones. That continues around the front and into the front bumper. You've got the black grille with a distinctive Jeep radiator, which is a theme that's carried on throughout the car. The black bonnet panel, integrated rear tailgate spoiler, again the plastic protective rear light surrounds. The car is absolutely mint. It's got overmats. Back seats don't look like they've been sat in. A contrast orange stitching on the leather, if it is leather. The car's absolutely mint. Now, this is what I meant about the distinctive Jeep grille and the headlights. There, that's embossed into the seat. I'll just get it started. It's keyless start, foot on the clutch. Press the button in, car will start. We'll get the aircon on straight away because it's a bit warm in here. We've also got, I'll just put the sat nav on, turn it down, turn that down, put it on nav, put it on map. Let's get going. So seat belts on, will it go, will it move? No, it won't. You've got a foot on a brake, knock the handbrake off, and then we'll just turn around. Now, this car is as it was picked up from the customer and is absolutely mint. The only thing you may see is some traces of Chris that John had when he went to pick it up. So apart from that, absolute credit to the owner. Now, with cars getting quieter and quieter, moving on to electric cars, of course, which they've, you can't hear coming, and they actually have to make them make a noise so you can hear them coming. I would call this an analog car, and I like it. Everything about it, it just feels like it's a proper vehicle, really well built. It feels like there's a big diesel engine under the bonnet, a big flywheel every time I put my foot on the clutch to disengage the clutch. It feels like I'm actually moving something, and that it's really well built. The steering, again, it's not heavy, it's not light, but it just feels like it's you that's controlling the car, not vice versa. Plenty of torque, and it's so economical. And if I tell you, at the moment we're running around in this vehicle, and the reason is John put 40 quid worth of diesel in it to get it home, and I think it said, was it 61 miles per gallon or up to 61 miles per gallon? Anyway, the vehicle's so economical, there was still half a tank left when he got home. He was gutted. Because, as you know, we car dealers like to, customers have taught us that they use the last lighter full of fuel before they drop the car off. So we just got our own back. We're not sending them out with full tanks anymore, that's for sure. So, as I say, it feels nice and firm, nice to drive. The seats are quite firm as well, and actually by being quite firm and the leather feeling like an old Chesterfield and really thick, it's very, very comfortable. Aircon's brilliant, the set-out's brilliant, the switches, not big stupid iPads. On the steering wheel here, there's your telephone controls, that's your cruise control. Let's just see if I click set, what happens. Do I have to switch it on? I can't see. So set plus and set minus, resume. That's speed limiter, don't want that. So cruise control ready, set. So it didn't take too much working out. Yeah, you do have to switch it on first, and I can increase the speed just by clicking on the plus there to 50 miles an hour. It's a manual, there's a nice footrest next to the clutch pedal, and it's just at the right angle for my foot. Just nice and well designed. I worked for Chrysler Jeep in 1999 when the PT Cruiser came out, and they were just, you know, at that time we had the Chrysler Neon with a 3-speed automatic gearbox, and there was no engine braking on that car whatsoever. It just didn't. It was strange to drive, but dead cheap, fantastic spec, nice colours. Like there used to be like a bright orange metallic for it, and they were dead cheap. They sold really, really well for somebody who just wanted transport. It was great. But when the PT Cruiser came out, they were going more into styling. All the others were functional. The Jeeps, and they named Renegade, Cherokee, Patriot, really, really good names. I mean, I've just seen it. Don't get me started. I've just seen these days, somebody comes out with a headline, and the motoring press, and I call them press, and I use that term lightly, the motoring parrots just repeat everything, and they're trying to obviously get Chinese EVs publicised, and they're saying something like 2 out of 3 potential EV customers don't know about these Chinese EVs, the names. And then you look at them, and one's called something like an Aura Funky Cat, and then a BYD something or other. You know, and you've got this, a Renegade, a Funky Cat or a Renegade, Funky Cat or a Cherokee. You know, it's the image it conjures up. If your life depended on it, or you wanted something dead reliable, would you get a Renegade, a Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, or a Funky Cat? And it takes me, a Wrangler Jeep. It takes me back to when, I'd probably not be able to find it again, but it takes me back to, in America there was a hurricane or something, and a tree fell down. It fell down in front of this Wrangler Jeep, and it was a big tree with branches and everything, you know, it just fell down, and the Wrangler Jeep, it didn't even start, we just over the top of it. Try doing that in a Funky Cat. Let's see how far you get. So, and it's got an it just feels solid. Oh dear. Nice solid gear change. Oh yeah, so the PT Cruiser came out, and they started, you know, they started going to town on the designs, and the PT Cruiser sold so well, it didn't look like anything else on the market. And when I worked, I sold, I think I was something like 5 years supply of them before launch night even. And then, you know, this just nice little touches, the vents in virtually body colour. Around the gear stick, body colour, around the cup holders. And although it's what I'd describe as an analogue car, it's got a kind of a digital age interior, but analogue switches. And it's just very, very nice. I mean, heated steering wheel. So you've got heated seats, climate control, which is nice and cool, heated steering wheel for the cold weather, and heated seats too. Well, this isn't looking good, I'm afraid. Completely stopped. I don't get that at all, and I've got to be honest, I don't particularly like it. I don't like it. Mind you, there's a big lorry behind me, but I don't like when people pull right up to you in traffic jams. This is very strange. But again, you're in a car that at least feels substantial. I always go on about my Citroen Ami. Brilliant concept, fantastic, great for going to work and back. But sometimes when you see a lorry pulling up behind you, you feel a bit vulnerable. You know, my head's here, the window's there. So with this, it's, you know, it feels solid. There we go. Power folding door mirrors. Just in case you forget what car you're in. It's Jeep in the mirror. Now, why did we stop? Why did we stop completely? Looks like they're pulling up again. I think I'm going to go straight on. So I don't like the look of that. So I'm going to go straight on. Traffic building up there. It's Friday. People, I'm assuming, going to the Lake District. So nice and quiet. Let's just see this. So there, that's changed it from miles to kilometers on the dash. So that's okay. So if I do that, press OK to open vehicle setup. OK. Security. Oh, I don't want to know about that. Right. So that lane sense, that's disconnected. We don't want that on. As I say, if you need lane departure warning in your car, and it's a prerequisite, you shouldn't be driving. You shouldn't be in a car or anywhere near a road. Down here we've got the terrain response or terrain adjustment, rotary control. Nice clicks. Nice positive steering, great colour combination. lots of people having a go at me on Twitter saying I'm an EV hater, and I'm not. I hate what EVs are doing to the car business. I admit to that. But I sell anything, you know, I sell cars. Now, when I worked at Jeep, we had a problem with the Grand Cherokees. You could only get automatic in the 4-litre petrol. Everybody wanted automatic, but they didn't want the 4-litre petrol because of the fuel economy. So I researched having these cars converted to LPG, and from then having a glut of them in the group, converting them to LPG, we sold out and we're looking for more. So I'm not against alternative fuels, but you can't really beat diesels. We've got front centre armrest here. There you go, that will go up out of the way. There's some storage space in it. So let me see, that, pressing these arrows, that's changing your information display in the centre. That's showing me the average miles per gallon, which is showing 46 at the moment. Now, I'd be happy with that. In fact, I'd be over the moon with that. You know, I think that's incredible. There we go, it's showing me 129-mile range. I don't know what that is. 46 miles average. Lane sense disconnected. Vehicle info, the tyre pressures. And that's where I'd prefer to keep it, really. I don't need any of the other stuff. That's a digital speedo, so no ambiguity. It's 56 miles an hour I'm doing at the moment. The left hand side we have rev counter, so I'm doing 56 in 6 at 1500 revs. Well, 1550 revs, say. No wonder it's so economical. There's so much torque in this engine, it's just basically not much more than tick over at 54 miles an hour now. You've got your analog speedo on the right hand side. The bottom of the information display, you've got, well, at the top left, direction you're heading, whoopee. On the right hand side, outside air temperature, which is 16 at the moment. Underneath that, it's showing me that cruise is switched on. So if I knock that off, it's gone off, cruise control off. And then at the bottom left, your coolant temperature. The bottom right, your fuel gauge. Indicators on the left, wipers on the right. All good. Nice smooth ride. Very little wind noise, very little tyre noise. Very comfortable. There's a Rolls Royce behind me. Not as comfortable as that old girl. Now, what's the registration plate? Just trying to see the reg. Looks like an old silver and black one. HHH 58. Oh, unfortunately, it's going the other way. Touchscreen sat nav, Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming. I'll show you how to set your hands-free up and delete a mobile, pair a mobile, set the sat nav, and stream audio, stream music from your phone. Down here, what have we got? We've got a USB, an aux in, and then little power socket. That's your silly electric handbrake. Stop start off, so that's stop start disconnected. Nice orange metallic paint with a contrast black roof and the matte black panel in the centre there. I've always liked Jeeps. I remember we had a real bad winter a couple of years ago when I bought myself a Jeep Cherokee. I was using a Mercedes at the time, rear wheel drive, couldn't get off the driveway half the time, and the Cherokee, no worries. Great value for money. We've also just got this in as well, and we sold a white one of these last week to a Navy guy. Obviously he appreciates things being built like a battleship. I always remember watching Navy SEALs, I think it was, with Michael Biehn and Charlie Sheen. Good film, seen it loads of times. And Wrangler Jeep, they go out in a Wrangler Jeep. If it's good enough for a Navy SEAL, it's good enough for me. I'm not so sure whether a Navy SEAL would buy this colour, but you never know. What's the best car name ever? Jensen Interceptor, Dodge Charger, Ford Mustang. Barracuda. They're all American, aren't they? Most of them are American. A Range Rover, get out of my way. Or else. Lovely car. And we've it's not coming in part exchange. We're short of stock. We've actively gone out to buy this vehicle. So we've scoured the net. Seen this, bought it. Nobody's brought us to it. It's not been an easy purchase. And somebody's not turned up on the doorstep and said, "Here, will you buy this?" We've gone and got it. So that should tell you what we think of it. Love it. Is there anything else to tell you? Back seats fold down. reasonably flat load area. And for something that's built like, you know, the basically the, well, not 3-box shape, this is like 2-box shape, to be able to get that, you know, the miles per gallon it's actually showing it's done, in my opinion, is brilliant. The miles per gallon that the government figures or the published figures say you can get out of this shape with little or no aerodynamic thought gone into it at all, then that's absolutely mind-blowing. It's fantastic. Anyway, here we are back at Grosvenor Garage, Blackburn Road, Higher Walton, Preston, PR54EA, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. In fact, I might tax it and use it. My Citroen Ami may have to go back to Citroen, so I'll need something to drive around in, and this is as good as anything. There's my poor Citroen Ami. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da.